Welcome back, guys. Well, you now need 52% of your income to afford a home in Charlotte County. The numbers are not looking much better around the rest of Florida, which we'll get into as well. But assuming the median sales price of October for a single-family home in Charlotte County was $380,000, we're going to take that as a baseline. We're going to put 20% down on that house, get a 7% interest rate. I threw taxes in at about $4,500 and insurance at $3,000. Now people are going to tell me I don't pay $3,000 for insurance. People are going to tell me they pay way more than $3,000 for insurance. So I just kind of did that as the baseline. With those numbers, you would be looking at a mortgage of $2,647 a month on the median priced home here with a 20% down payment currently. If we go to Google states the median household income, guys. Household. This is not personal. This is per house. Median household income in Charlotte County for 2023 was $61,000. That would put you at 52% of your income going to your housing payment, which is absolutely wild. I think the median household's a little higher than that in my personal opinion. So I bumped it up to $72,000 for the median household. That still puts you at 44% of your monthly household income just going to your house payment. So as far as nationwide numbers, according to Redfin, the median salary currently per person is $78,000 in the U.S. And in order to afford a median home, you would have to spend 41% of your monthly income, no matter where you are. That's median, guys. Again, this is according to Redfin. 41% of your monthly nut has to go just to your housing. That is up from 39% in 2022 and 31% in 2021. That's the highest share on record. Again, not sure if it's Redfin or all records, but that's what they state here. Now, you guys know I don't normally pick areas with a lot of construction in them. It just kind of happens. But today I did. So we actually have 4 on this block. Don't know if this guy is going to get finished. Not looking good. And we got another guy here. So if you're making median salary for the county, if you want to play ball in Charlotte right now, you're going to be bringing 44 to 52% of your income to the table to put, your mortgage payment down each month, even with a 20% down payment. Not looking much better across Florida, as I mentioned, and we will go through the list. So Fort Lauderdale, you need 44.1% of your income. Oh. Hello. Good morning. You're a good dog. This is a good dog. I'll see you later. So get out of here. I don't know you. That's fair. Well, which brings us to the fourth. Can switch to front here. 4th house under construction on this block. It's crazy, guys. Like I said, today I did purposely walk down here because I saw these 4. It's not a long block. It's maybe like a quarter mile. There's 4 houses on it. And on the streets over, I saw a couple of more porta-johns. So, they're like I just keep telling everybody, they are building these things everywhere. I had someone ask me, if everyone's leaving, why are they building these? A lot of this stuff was planned and laid out and financed a year or 2 ago. And it's just coming to fruition now. Charlotte County especially, very slow, notoriously, with their permitting. It's one thing I find about Florida on a whole. They do things weird. They generally do them right, though, from living up north and in some other areas. But yeah, these are things that started in the conceptual phase potentially years ago when these lots were purchased. So the median monthly payment nationally is $2,575. And going through Florida, the median household payment for each of these areas in Florida, for Fort Lauderdale, 44.1% of your income has to go to your house payment. This is, again, all assuming 20% downs. Jacksonville, 35%. Miami, 54.1%. Now, if you take my example that I used where Google provided the median household income, again, this is personal income, But if you take my example for Charlotte County, and we came up with 52% of your monthly income was needed for your mortgage payment in Charlotte County, and in Miami, it's 54%. Even if we drop that down to 44, you can see why we have so much inventory hitting the market, and we have buyers pulling back here, because if you're going to be pinched like you would in Miami, it's really hard to plant roots in Charlotte County and pay this much of your income unless you've got a great remote paying job. A lot more opportunities in Miami to do that. Continuing down the list, in Orlando, Florida, you would need 41.7% of your salary to cover your mortgage currently. In Tampa, you would need 40%, and in West Palm Beach, you would need 49.1%. Now, across the year, the median monthly housing payments for home buyers in 2023 was a record of $2,715. The steadfast rule of personal finance is you don't spend more than 30% of your monthly income on your household costs. Some people would argue 25%, but the new narrative is that that's out the window and that's gone. It's never coming back. I don't think so. I believe in free market equilibrium. I think we'll get back there. And when I say either wages go way up or prices come way down, because it's not the interest rate, that's where it kind of has to meet in the middle there, because the monthly payments for home buyers have grown twice as fast as wages have. The interest rates have gone up. The prices have not moved that much. They are starting to tick down. And with our huge inventory jump, I believe that may be accelerated, but we still got a ways to go if we're going to have workers be able to afford to live in this town. It's hard to talk to some people who still think, what's the big deal? 30% of your income is going to go to your housing payment. Well, according to Redfin, in order to make it that only 30% or less of your income goes to your monthly housing payment, the typical home buyer would need to earn $109,000 if they wanted to spend no more than 30% of their earnings on monthly housing payments. And we just don't have a very large population of six-figure earners here in Southwest Florida. Maybe six-figure retirees, but even they are not coming here with the velocity to pick up this inventory because, as I mentioned before, it's almost going to cost you the same amount to live in Miami. So, and that's where I think their mindset is. Is this enough? Okay, that's 5. That's 5. I didn't see that box there before that this just got finished. That's 5 on this street. Oh my God. Wow. So, God, I got to regain my composure after that one, because I got this one, but that one shocked me. That's 5 on one block. Holy cow. Anyway, so, as a percentage of your income, Florida kind of in line with the rest of the country, hovering in the 40s, 50s in some areas. But I do wonder, what are their taxes and insurance projections? As you guys know, they can vary wildly. Even on the numbers I shared here, I wonder what the taxes and insurance projections are for Charlotte County. I think I went pretty good on the taxes at around $4,500. Again, don't quote me on this. Do your own research on a 380 house. And the thing is, you really can't nail the insurance down. It's like, it could be, depending on where the house is, how high it's built up, when it was built. Does it have hurricane protection? How old's the roof? What's the deal with the plumbing? It could change so drastically. But I think $3,000 is pretty much going to be the standard across the board here. And at the end of the block, guys, we've got another house for sale here. Pretty nice looking one. This looks like you got a big old yard. It's got to be a double lot at least. Might be a canal back there. Got a shed. I didn't even realize that bad boy's sale pending. So that's got a pool in the back. It's got a little canal. It's like a little peak, double lot. I'm going to say $699. We'll see what I come up with. Okay, guys, I know nobody's going to believe that I didn't look this up beforehand, but I really didn't. I nailed that. $700K. Woo! Estimate, $674. $333 a square foot. Oh, man, 0.77. Wow, 3/4 of an acre. How long did this last? 72 days. Wow, only 3 saves. That's interesting. That is interesting. Full house, though. That is pretty sick. Wonder what they're going to land on. But I nailed it, guys. This is a nice house, I gotta tell you. Woo! Okay, I'm done. We'll go back. With all that being said, guys, and Redfin pointing out that this is the least affordable year on record, affordability has not improved really in any major market except Austin, Texas. They are getting hit pretty bad. They're starting to look like the epicenter of a downtrend if we have a strong one. It's starting to look like it's going to start out there. Down here in Southwest Florida, not a lot of people pay attention to our market because it is small. It's not a major metro. It's not Sarasota. You really got to, people just look at Sarasota or Naples. So I believe some people have raised the alarm with the amount of, price drops and inventory building here, like myself, but it's never going to be national news down in Charlotte County. And I get that. The least affordable markets currently are Anaheim and San Francisco. No surprise there. You would need over 80% of your income to afford a median price home in these areas. And that is just crazy, guys. So another thing to consider is with the problems, some of those cities have when you start to skew home ownership requirements like that, things can decay. And Charlotte's sitting at 44 to 52%. It gets me a little worried, but we'll see where it goes from here. We got the big meeting coming up this week. I don't think there's going to be really any rate relief for a long time. So in my opinion, as I've always stated, the only thing that can really fluctuate at this point are the home prices, because it doesn't look like rates are going to move too much, and it does not look like median income is going to move too much. One thing I want to touch on briefly too, guys, is it's really astounding how much people, if you're not in the business or you're not actively buying or selling, don't pay attention to what is going on, as I've mentioned before with other things, but the amount of people that you get asked about real estate all the time when someone finds out you're an agent. The amount of people that don't know that we have more houses listed now than we did in 2017 it doesn't really surprise me. But if any corner you turn, guys, there's houses being built. There's for sale signs literally everywhere. I guess in the daily grind, if you're not paying attention to it, it doesn't cross your mind. Some people will say, hey, I see for sale signs everywhere. Market's on fire, right? Well, not if you see for sale signs everywhere. How long are they staying there? How long are you seeing these for sale signs in these yards? But again, I think that's where it's our duty to kind of educate a little bit. Had a big push from I don't want to say national expert, but we had a pretty big speaker come in, talk to us, and it really surprised me how much of the presentation it was directed at, dealing with the shifting market and things like that. And my God, so much of it was basic. Know your area, know the numbers, know the price per square foot, know what's selling, know your absorption rate, know your months of inventory, all the old school stuff that I guess in the past 2 years has gone out of style because some people were just like, what? Like, really? And longtime agents, it's, you got to get back to basics. You got to get really familiar with the areas you work in. You got to know what's going on the ground, or you're not going to be able to educate your customers in a way that benefits anybody. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.